Okay. Do you really want to do this? That? Okay. I'm back. Um, I was gonna do a beat, but I want to talk, so I'm gonna turn the music down and gonna go ahead and just all right. It's kind of dark in here, so go ahead and turn the light on. Let's talk. Why do I want to talk? I just watched a video that was giving advice on relationships. Now, I want to say this first. Before giving advice, telling someone that, if a person is this way and you feel this way around this person, you need to run. You need to leave. If this person isn't helping you do this and this person isn't helping you do that. In my case, if I was to take this person advice, you get what I'm saying? I would have to make a decision, right? Let's say I'm going through one of those situations, hypothetically, like he's talking about. Let's say I'm going through a situation where I'm hypothetically with someone who I feel doesn't appreciate me, right? Essentially, I should, according to this person, I should leave. But everybody has a different situation. Like, what if there's children involved? And then there's a lot of whys. Why is a person this way? What if I am around someone that is always negative? But the question is, why is this person? Is it their fault? Well, I mean, yeah, they choose that, be that way, but are they always that? And is it just because I see them as negative, are they really negative? I mean, what's the what I'm trying to say is, what if my perception of this person is off? What if what I'm doing is projecting my feelings? The same thing I think this person is doing. What if I'm doing the same thing without giving it any thought? And then here I take this person's advice. That's why I say you got to be careful about giving advice on relationships and with people, because I'm like, well, if let's say, okay, let's just say, just think about this. Let's say you with somebody, right? And they support you in some way, but not a whole, and not it. Like, let's say you do feel sort of miserable around this person, right? At times, at a lot of times. And then sometimes, of course, we all know that when people in a relationship, it's just mixed emotions, right? You have the good times and then you have the bad times. You have the times when you're laughing, and then you have the time. But let's just say it gets to the point where you feel like it's more bad than it's good. It's just like bad all the time. Seems like it gets to the point where it feels like it's bad every day, and this person is physically draining you, right? Let's say this person, they're not like directly attacking you or anything, but they're extremely manipulative. Like, they don't, let's say they shun you, they don't speak to you, right? How many have had that happen where you're with someone that they get upset at something you said, something you did. Like, let's say you come at them with an issue. You're like, well, I don't appreciate the fact that you haven't spoken to me in 3 days, and then now everything is supposed to be all good, and what was that all about? And then all of a sudden, what do? They stop talking to you for 3 more days. And this goes on for, months. Months turn into years, right? Years turn into years. For some people, decades, right? And then, and you notice that this is just a pattern. And you constantly telling this person, like, look, this is such a turn off. It's like, it's starting to get up under my skin to the point where I don't think I could survive this situation, right? So you tell them, like, I don't think I could deal with the feeling like I'm rejected all the time, because let's say you grew up feeling rejected already. Like, let's just say you happen to have grown up in that type of environment already where you always felt left out already, and then here you end up in a relationship where they find out. It's almost as if the person sees that as your weakness, and then they do that to punish you whenever, at will, even, and then they start to do it every day. The question is, should you leave this person alone? Like, just stop dealing with this person. The person clearly doesn't want you to leave them, right? Let's just say for a fact. Let's say you don't know for a fact, but you see it's pretty evident that this individual does not want you to just leave and move on with your life. Does this mean that this person is bad for you and they don't wish any good for you, and that you should? Most would say, yeah, you should. But like I say, what if there's children involved? And they say, well, that shouldn't matter. People shouldn't stay together because of the children. And I agree. But at the same time, there's other variables. There's reasons why this person is the way they are, right? Let's just say they experience traumatic events in their lives that kind of force them or condition their minds to be victimized, to where they just feel like they always have to be the victim, even when they're not. Should you just say, oh, or do you have to? Now, the short answer would be just, yeah, of course, get out of that run, get out of that situation, run away. But this is the kicker, this is the catch. Where are you gonna run to? Obviously, you're in that situation for a reason, because what was your history for you to even end up with this person? Obviously, you felt like you was in a worse off situation, and that's why you ended up with this individual in the first place, right? So when you look at the reality of these scenarios, it's not as that simple to just say, okay, I'm gonna cut this person off, because it's not that simple. And sometimes if you just look within yourself, you can change your whole environment. You can create a new environment and affect the people around you. In other words, if the people around you are not working to your benefit, don't look at the people around you and say, okay, well, it's because of them and they're negative thinkers. And no. It might just be that, why isn't it that you don't have an impact strong enough to influence these individuals' lives for the better? What are you doing to influence their lives to get that reciprocation that you are apparently looking for, searching for? And if you are not doing 100% your effort, then what do you expect? What do you expect? So then you can look at it like this. At least they're not. At least it could be worse, right? At least it could be worse. It might be, the answer might just be very simple. It might not be that big of a problem. Now, if the person is clearly like trying to ruin your life, you got to get rid of them. You got to get away from them. Like they trying to mess you up. Yeah. But if it's not, like, you don't have to worry, you feel safe around this person. You don't feel like, and everything is all, it's petty. Because I think people need to when you're talking about, when you're giving advice to somebody on relationships, especially if you're a psychologist, you should think like people are different, and they come from all different backgrounds, and they get in their relationships in different ways, and you can't really look at yourself as a reference. You that's all you have is yourself as a reference. But you can read stories, but even those stories are different from my story. You understand? So it all depends on the individual too, and how much can you handle. What is your purpose in life? See, my purpose in life may not be to find my twin flame or something. It might be to influence other people's lives for the better, and just that. And I'll just be a good for nothing slave. Like, I did what I was supposed to do, and that's it. I didn't do any extra thing by benefit loving my neighbor. That's what I am supposed to do. That's the law. That's a requirement. Um, that's not the law of the Constitution, but it's the universal law. And so, with that said, um, do you just cut someone off because you feel like, man, I'm miserable around them? That's first of all, that's a personal thing. That's up to you. I wouldn't say run, get away from this person, because there's a reason why you with them in the first place. But if they're really trying, you clearly trying to sabotage your life, then yeah, you have to, you need to save yourself. But if it's petty and it's a question of, do you feel miserable around them, you need to ask yourself, why do I feel miserable in the first place with them? Only when they come around, then all of a sudden I start feeling miserable. And if that's the case, why? Am I judging this person? How am I judging them? What if I'm misjudging them? Let me give them the benefit of the doubt. You get what I'm saying? Now, if they truly are evil, they're going to reveal that. They're going to reveal it. Or if you showing somebody love and they got evil in them, like they wicked, it's a wicked person, they're not going to appreciate you. And that's one of the things that they said. They said, if a person doesn't appreciate you, then run, get away from them as fast as you can. But if a person is trying to build you up, then you should go for them. Now, if you in a situation where you with one person, right, and they definitely don't like they it's like, okay, they give you mixed signals. They do support you, but from time to time, they want to keep you trapped, right? They want to keep you at a low vibration, right? They want to keep you like, let's say I get good news, right? Man, I just started my new business. I got my new company. I just opened up a business account, right? And I come home and I tell them about it, and they like, then they turn on the TV and they be like, oh, and start laughing at a commercial and getting excited about a commercial or something. Almost as if they do that on purpose. That you know what? You might need to get rid of it. If you with somebody like that, you need to get the fuck away from them. Don't trust them. They get person like that will smile and be all nice to you, and then behind your back, turn into a monster. Like you listen. Get the fuck on through. Somebody like that in your life. Listen, if you in a situation where you in the hospital and a person that you with don't call you to check up on you, as a matter of fact, when you call them and ask them, well, why you didn't call me? And they say something like, they don't even say nothing. They get a phone to one of their relatives and have them cuss you the fuck out. Like, fuck you, fuck ass nigga. Leave. Don't be fucking with my relative like that. You know what I'm saying? My sister like that. You fuck ass. They talk that type of shit, that type of language to you. Person like that is wishing evil on you. And that's why things, now, strangely, things have been working out for me. Strangely. And I say that because I wonder if, okay, Is it because the person now, you know, hypothetically, this person is not really um, a demon? What do I mean by they're not really a demon? It's because what if you have a demon in your life and you don't even realize it? What if the person in your life, what if the person in your life is a devil worshiper? They love evil. They rejoice over evil. They are the children of the darkness. And you need to get the fuck away from them. Now, what I'm saying is, yeah, but then where do you go? What if you in a situation where you don't have no place to go? You don't have no money, what if you then I mean, not saying that I'm in that situation, I'm just saying, what if the person is in that situation, they're like, well, if I leave, I'm gonna be in an even worse situation to where, and I disagree with that. I think that's the trick. Because when I escaped, when I leveled up, it was when I left a whole state and went to a whole nother state. Like I hopped like 1, 2, 3, 4 states, 4, 5, 6 states, and away, and said I'm out, right? And was like, once I got away from those individuals or that area, things started changing for me then. But I still feel like I'm trapped mentally. And then I say, okay, is it because of me, or is it because of my surroundings, or is it really solely because of me? Because what if I'm in a situation where I can't control my surroundings? So what do I do then? See, this is where I'm trying to get to. I can be spooky with it and go beat all around the bush about reptilians and this, that, and the third. But at the end of the day, what am I responsible for, and what must I do in my situation, right? And so let's say I'm in a situation where I do have the money, but I still choose to be with someone that is mentally abusive, like they're emotionally abusive and manipulative. They might not even say it right or directly, but indirectly, I sense it. You get what I'm saying? I'm still receiving the signal without them even saying it, which to me, I think is way worse, because it's like a ritual of disrespect that says, okay, well, I don't want you to leave me, but I don't want you to be happy around me either. And I don't want to have to say it. I care about you, but I'm not gonna say it. I refuse to say it because I see the negative effect that it has on you. So I'm gonna continue on doing that because it's antagonizing you. And see, that's when I'm like, well, why is it antagonizing you? If someone is not speaking to you and does not want to be around you, what is the best thing for you to do? Do you reach out to this individual, or do you just go with the flow and say, okay, all right, But then soon as you go with the flow, that's when the person, they get mad, they start slamming stuff, they start mumbling stuff, saying stuff. They you get on the phone, they want to eavesdrop on your conversations. You're like, well, I don't understand this. You don't want to speak to me for days and days and weeks on end. Don't want to have no type of adult conversation with me of any sort that pertains to us and this relationship, right? But yet you get offended if I am on the phone talking to someone that might be of the opposite sex. You get what I'm saying? So if you're a man and you're dealing with an issue like that, or you're a woman and you're dealing with an issue like that, right? Women have men that do the same thing, probably might do the same thing. I think men do that more from the way the media. I don't think I ain't gonna do no stereotype on it, cause I've even heard Mud say it's the stigma that men don't like to talk and women like to talk all the time and nag and stuff like that, when I think that's not true. I don't think that's true. I think it's just different between different individuals, whether it's male or female. You got certain people that's just like that. They don't like to talk. They don't like to, and you got some people that just like to lie, whether it's a male or female. Men lie, women lie. Like it goes. It's not subjected to race or sex either. It's male and female do the same, are guilty of the same type of treacheries. So let's say the person don't want to talk to you, they don't want to spend no time with you, and then the time when y'all do spend together, it's like they what I'm trying to say, they don't have nothing to say. Like, you can go on and on talking and they don't have nothing to say back. They ain't like, what? Not even nothing negative to say. Like, not even like, man, you talking crazy, you need to leave that. You know what I'm saying? And if they do feel that way, they're not gonna let you know. They'll go behind your back and call somebody, maybe tell their family members and tell them that, yo, this must be talking crazy and this and that, talking about outer space, reptilians, and listen, all this is hypothetical. This is not literal. I'm just giving an example. So, like, reptilians and all of this. Some of them is, I did mix in a little bit of experience, stuff that I experienced, but I'm not gonna. So you got people like that, right? I've experienced, and all of my experience of women, they were all like that, where I would wear my heart on my sleeve or on my shoulder, to where it's just like, hey, I'm open. Like, you know everything about me, you know what I'm saying, and everything, and I think I know everything about you when I don't. And it's not everything that, when I say everything, I'm just talking about just as far as currently, like, what's going on between us. Like, if you're mad, right? Let's just say you're mad. You're upset at something that I said, right? Instead of just telling me, listen, I don't like that. I don't like that. Or maybe just come in later on, 5 minutes later, saying, listen, I was gonna try to overlook it, but I feel like you gonna have to take that back. That was some fucked up shit that you said. That bothers me. Instead of doing that, what the women that I've dealt with, that I've been with, what they like to do is hold on to it Let it bother them. You said something like, now all of a sudden you their enemy, right? Because then they hold on to it for like weeks, right? And then let's say all of a sudden she do something that's totally irrational, totally illogical, right? Makes no sense. And then you come at her on it, like she does something that you don't like, right? Or says something that you don't like, and then you be like, well, why would you say that? And then what she'll do is she'll bring up something that you said, and like, so you mean to tell me you was holding on to that for a whole month, and now you gonna regurgitate that shit right back up to me? Like what I'm saying is, like it's not, it's some nonsense when I think about it. Like, how you gonna sit up here and play these games for? And why are you hiding so much? What are you hiding from? What are you running from? What are you getting out of it? Like when are you going to just snap out of it and just realize that life could be a lot easier if you just love, like, if the women that I was with would just love me back. You know what I'm saying? Just show me some love. Can I get that? And they will always try to turn it around and make it as if I'm the one that didn't appreciate them. I'm the one that didn't. I'm like, how in the world I'm the one that appreciated them? I'm doing my work. I'm doing everything I need to do to fucking show them that I appreciate them, right? I'm not cheating on them. I'm not none of that, right? And you show them that appreciation, and the whole time they not even faithful themselves. Not even at all. Not from the beginning. Not from nothing. They just no loyalty, no faith, no and somehow seem to always make it justified. I can't say I can read their mind. I can't say in their mind, but it seems like they're thinking they're totally right. They're totally righteous. It's just like, man, how does a motherfucker live like that? Like, how you sleep at night hiding from yourself, or maybe not from yourself, or pretending, but you feel like you gotta pretend. If they can be, I guess they're different around other people, but around me, it's just like, well, that's what it is. After the relationship is over, now they show their true colors towards me, and it's always like a demon. That's why I brought up the demons earlier, like, because, like I said, I can go there and go over here and go there, and I was like, instead of beating around the bush, let's just focus on ourselves. But like my my brother, he was telling me about well, he was on his show, he was talking about how how we can manifest things because of how we perceive people. And I'm like, well, what about people who perceive people higher than they should? Because if the law of attraction works like you say it should, then that means the person that I was with the first time wouldn't have never did what they did, or they wouldn't have never turned out to be what they turned out to be, because in my mind, in my reality, they would never, never do what they did. Come to find out, it was the fucking opposite. So that law of attraction thing is not all that accurate. Things just fucking happen, yo. Like, straight up. And it just is what it is. That's the law. Is what the fuck it is. And what will be will fucking be. That's the law. Because I've been in situations where it's like, yo, what did I do in my previous life? It must have been fucked up. But you know what I realize now? The whole time it was, like I said, I can beat around the bush talking about demons and this and that and third. Whether it is demons or not, it still revolves around me and what I must do, because these motherfuckers, if it is, these motherfuckers are revolving around me, right? They trying to, this is me, and they like, then this is the demons, and they just trying to get close to me and mess me up. You know what I'm saying? Or take over my mind, and next thing you know, I'm like, you know what I'm saying, all crazy and stuff, like a zombie and shit. I'm just saying, like, I'm not trying to be all mad, but see, what I realized is there's a secret that even if you're around someone that is demonic, you can kill them with kindness. Love, the energy that love has overpowers evil. They wouldn't even want to be around you. That's why I say, I think that's why I have the effect that I have. They want to get away from you, because if they have to be super evil though to want to get away from you. Eventually they'll just be like, fuck it, man, it's nothing but love here. You know what I'm saying? And then just get used to that after a while. But you have to be the leader, as the men have to be the leader. Like I said, I've been every situation. It's like I meet the same test in every single woman. And I wonder, and I'm like, well, maybe it's not the woman, maybe it's me. And maybe I have to pass this test in order to move to the next level, right? And maybe the test is finding out who I am and what I'm capable of. Because once I've realized what I'm capable of, I'm like, okay, well, I don't have that effect anymore. It's just like, well, because I don't even see it, right? Like, okay, let's say at first this person, they rejects me, right? They reject me and they're like, I'm not saying anything to you, right? And I say, okay. But then I ask myself this one question that I love to ask, and is, what the fuck do you want? What do you want from this woman? And then I say, you know what? You know what I want? I want for her to pay me some attention. I want her to love me. I want to. Then why don't you pay her some attention? Why don't you give her what you want? Why don't you start the trend? Why are you waiting for her to, okay, if she gets up and go in another room and decide she want to sleep on the couch, guess what you supposed to do? You supposed to get your ass up and fall asleep on the couch with her. You gotta give her what you want from her. And just leave her with that. Now, if the motherfucker still ain't fucking with you, then it's just like, well, okay, well, they ain't fuck. But don't argue. Don't draw out or start an argument with them, because then you become the toxic one. Or I become the toxic one when I try to start an argument with a woman. Right? And don't be aggressive. Be gentle. Be playful and gentle. And what'll happen is you'll notice that you have powers, son. That the same powers that you can use it in any situation. It don't even have to be like in a romantic relationship. It could be just in any situation you use that strategy. Like, okay, let's say you trying to get a job, right? You're like, well, what do I want? What do I want from this job? I want this job to work for me. Well, then of course I'm gonna have to work for this job. Okay, all right, that's some bullshit. I could have came up with some better material than that. But seriously though, like if let's say you want a promotion in the job, right? Um, you're not gonna get that promotion doing. You're not gonna get it by just doing random stuff. You're gonna have to be communicating. You're gonna have to be asking questions. You're gonna have to be showing that you want to be a part of the family, the team. You don't want to just be an employee. You want to be with this organization. You don't want to work for the organization. You want to work with this organization. You prove that to any employer, and I promise you, you have the job. Even if he turns you down the first time, best believe me, you come back with the same attitude. Eventually he's gonna say, I have to give them the job. If I don't give them the job, I'm gonna have bad luck. It's just how employers think. Trust me. I'm an employer. I know. That's how we think. All employees have a central way of thinking. Okay? And that's one of the ways. If somebody wants to work for my company and really wants to be a part of the team, and I mean, you can tell from the just the body language, that's the one. Okay? And you'll be right about it. Moving on. Let's go back to the toxic relationship. And like I said, it's also what is toxic, right? See, one could look at it when if a woman is giving you the silent treatment, right? You could use that to your advantage and be like, well, at least I have time to myself and focus on self. What if that is the way she's supporting me by giving me my space that I need, right? And she getting the space that she needs to grow, right? Because think about it, plants, if you put them too close together, the roots could strangle each other. The plants won't really grow, or maybe one might grow tall, but the other one, it'll be using up all its resources. But if you spread them apart just right, they'll both get to grow tall. They both get to grow strong. So you do need to give people their space. If you're feeling like, oh, this person is maybe you micro reading this person and just need to just lay off, right? Maybe it's you that don't appreciate that person, and you need to show this person that you appreciate. And I promise you won't have to leave or cut them off. You just make your situation, make your circles, make your circle great. You get what I'm saying? Make your circle great. Ain't nobody ever tell you that. They always want to tell you, I'll cut them off, man. They human beings too. Like, come on, like, listen. And I get it. You got some people that you really seriously got to cut off. Like, they just trying to fuck you up. Like, it's evident. But if it's something like, well, it's a little give and take, like a little, like, man, maybe I'm just being petty type shit, then yeah, you gotta give people the benefit of the doubt. If they truly just obvious, just blatant abuse, there's no guess, ain't no ifs, ands, buts, you ain't even gotta ask. You already know. But if it's, how do I feel around this person? Man, motherfucker, you supposed to feel good regardless of who you around. That's what I'm saying. You supposed to have your feelings in check and have your thinking and process and all of that all gravy. And you shouldn't be judging somebody else to where they got you feeling all low anyway. If you ain't judging, first of all, if you stop judging people and trying to read somebody and just be you, You need to be trying to read your damn self when you around people. Stop trying to read people, read their body language. Oh, they said that. Man, please. And a person could be like super in love with you, and you sitting up there thinking all negative about them, thinking, because they not saying, or they didn't say this, or they didn't answer my question, or right? They might just be doing that shit on purpose just to fuck with you, because they know you need to grow, and you need to learn and get over that shit. And be like, okay, fuck it. All right, you won't answer my question. Fuck it, I don't care. I'll go out and get me a pizza. Fuck it. You know, I mean, like, you don't have to, and you're still gonna be right there to, like, do the things that I expect that the person already does, right? So, like I said, usually you're in a relationship for a reason. Don't look at all of these bad things and be like, oh man, this person is toxic. Stay with them. Make that shit work. If they're toxic, it might be because you're toxic and you're contaminating their asses. You know what I'm saying? Like, they might be better off without you. You the one coming in with all of the fucking baggage, motherfucker. And don't even see the big ass raptor in your eye while you sitting up there trying to point the finger at them. You need to get your punk ass the fuck up and stop crying. Blaming it on her, even if she slept with somebody. Like, you gotta really think. Like, first of all, was she a virgin when you met her? So why am I sweating it like that, though? Okay, yeah, it's after I met her, and that's kind of fucked up. Thinking about that, and this, and well, then why are you thinking about that? Well, it's because it ain't because of nothing. The question you need to ask is, what the fuck do you want? Well, I just want her, but man, she shouldn't have did. If you want the woman, keep her. Fuck it. Forgive her and just tell her, like, listen, if you ever do that, do it again. I'm just gonna, I don't know, chop y'all up into little bitty pieces or something. Okay, I'm kidding. Don't do that, please. That was just a joke. One of those terrible jokes. Don't chop anybody up to any type of piece. But yeah, but you get what I'm saying. Like, if it's like that, you gotta think, man. I'm telling you, because you could leave somebody because they slept with somebody and right, for real, and then get with somebody else and that do the same fucking thing. And then leave them for that, and then get with somebody else that do the same fucking thing. And guess what? It's gonna keep on happening because you need to learn how to forgive, motherfucker. Because there's something about you why that keep on happening with, and you need to realize it might be something wrong with you, right? And usually it is something wrong with y'all, motherfucker. There's something wrong with your ass. Let me stop. But probably is. There's probably something wrong with you. You might be whiny. You might be, might just be a little bitchy or something. I don't know. Or something that you don't see. Have you ever recorded yourself and heard your voice and, damn, my voice sound irritating. Maybe I need to lower my voice a little bit. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, think rationalize, think logically. But there is no reason why you should stay with somebody if you feel like y'all not moving forward, though. Like, if you talking this, but you're like, okay, well, we're not moving forward, so it is something. But I mean, if you really trying to make it work and you really want this person in your life, then yeah, make it work. And you see some value. If you see any value, you need to make that work. That's like a relationship is like a business. Like, you don't want to shut the business down if there's some value there, right? If there's some value, you want to at least sell it and get some monies out of it. And how does that relate to sell it? You can't sell a relationship. I wish it was like a business where you could just sell it. Like, all right, dog, you know what I'm saying? Well, you know what I'm saying? before when I met her, you know what I'm saying, she wouldn't do certain things, but now I got it to where she's doing this and she's doing that. So, you know what I'm saying, I'm willing to sell this relationship. You know what I'm saying? See who wanna buy it, buy it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, um, right now we had a good patch. So once you enter everything, it won't be no serious baggage or anything. I got rid of all of the baggage. You know what I'm saying? She's happy now. It's just, I'm just ready to move on and and sell a relationship, and I just want to get my money's worth out of it. You feel me? So, if you feel like it's a good relationship, you know what I'm saying? Take. Nah, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. It's not right. It's not right. Auction off your relationship. That would be a pretty cool sketch to come up with. Auction off a relationship. That would be cool though. You'd be like, yo, you wanna buy my relationship? Yo, man, I'm selling it for $5,000. No, that's it. 5,000, you can have it. 1,000 for each year. It's been 5 years, $5,000. And I put way more than that, so you get mad benefits. You gonna get some benefits. That includes lights, water. Oh boy. Let me stop. I need to stop that. That's just not smart. Okay, so like I said, don't be in a toxic relationship, but at the same time, don't be toxic. Don't think that you could talk to somebody a certain way and expect them to talk to you differently, and then and then know your situation, know what situation you're in, know the person that you're in. Like really, sometimes you could look at it's not what's going on right now. Sometimes it was what went on when the person was young, before you even met that person. Those are the issues that you're dealing with. I can promise you, especially when you're dealing with, for men, I can only speak from a man point of view, but me dealing with women, I noticed that a lot of their issues is from childhood development and the way they came up, and it trickles down against me. And me being the person that I am, I'm like I'm like a mirror, right? So any woman in a relationship with me is going to see herself, and it's gonna be like, it's not like it's like a different type of mirror. It's like you're with a regular mirror, you see your face, you see this image, right? You see what you see in the mirror. But when a woman is with me, she's gets to see who she is on the inside, and because it's like I'm a light shining so bright, right? And just imagine me being this light, and it sheds light on herself, and then she's like naked. She could actually see herself, like spiritual self, and it's just like it scares the living shit out of them. And then they're like, yo, he's evil, he's on some, and they be in love, but at the same time they be insecure, thinking they gotta be something that they already are, and not realizing that. And the thing is, I didn't know this. I did not know this until now. So, if I knew what I knew now, those relationships would have worked. I'd still be in those relationships. You get what I'm saying? But it didn't. So the next relationship I'm in, I'd have to pass that test. You get what I'm saying? And the test would just be, allow this person to be themselves, and honor them, and continue to forgive them. And if you love them, continue to forgive them, and and show them true love. You know, if they don't appreciate it, that's between them and themselves. Like, you don't assume somebody don't appreciate you. Believe me, they appreciate you, because the moment you gone, they gonna be feeling fucked up. Whether they might not call, they might have too much pride to call. Some people are just like that, but that doesn't mean they don't miss you like fucking crazy. It just means they just full of pride, and they just gotta learn that shit is fucking them up. Some people, they don't even learn. They just that fucking prideful. They ain't gonna never learn. But if it's something about them that you are attached to and you like about them, then fuck it. It's you value them. That's value. Keep it. Make it fucking work. Because I promise you, you move on to the next one, you gonna find yourself in the next. It's just gonna be. It could be bullshit all over again, and it probably is. And or maybe not. It's up to you. It's up to you.